Today we have a very special and exciting episode of our Legends of Runeterra deck featuring, where we are going to be showing you guys a deck that has 3 units in it. We are using 3 units in this deck, at least 3 unit base cards. This is a Heimerdinger Ezreal deck where you use Ezreal, you use Heimerdinger, and you use this lady, Corina Veraza, and that's it. That is all we're using in terms of our base cards. Everything else in this deck is spells. And it is because this is one of the most fun, weird, and exciting creative decks that you can play around with right now. So how does this work, you may be asking? Firstly, it works around Ezreal a little bit. So Ezreal is a character that he levels up when you target enemy units 8 or more times, which that just means, you know, if I target a unit through a spell, so for instance, using Mystic Shot to deal 2 damage to one of my opponent's units, that counts as targeting 1 unit. Use Mystic Shot a couple of times, as well as a few of these other wave clear spells. Static Shock, we target 2 enemies. We also have True Shot Barrage, it targets 3. So these kinds of things we use to level up Ezreal. And then every time Ezreal strikes the enemy nexus, it will create a fleeting 0-cost Mystic Shot in our hand. And on top of that, every time we cast a spell, Ezreal will deal 2 damage to the enemy nexus. That's pretty solid. But maybe what's even more exciting and interesting is Heimerdinger. Now, Heimerdinger works in a really weird way in this game. It's a bit complicated, but bear with me. Whenever we cast a spell, he will create a turret in our hand that costs 0, and the turret that he creates will be determined by the spell that we cast. So for instance, if we cast Progress Day, which is an 8-cost spell, then Heimer will create his 8-cost unit. And his 8-cost unit is T-Hex, who we will be able to drop for 0 cost. He will cost nothing, and we will be able to drop an 8/8 on the board. That is pretty awesome. I'm really excited to play around with this deck. I have played against this deck very often, and it can be very annoying and frustrating. So let's see if we can make it work ourselves. So I think what I want to be mulliganing for at the start of a round is early wave clear things like Mystic Shot, as well as maybe some of the stuff like this, Scrap Dash Assembly. This will only give me like 1/1s, 2/1/1s, but being able to play some stuff out in case we're going against a rush deck or something, you know? I'm pretty sure that's fairly important. And we do have a lot of wave clear things here.
I'm actually here.
I'm not too sure what he's playing. What champions does he have? He has Shen, Lucian, Fiora. He might be playing a Fiora deck. So that's not fun. Not fun for me to deal with, at least.
Patrol 1, Patrol 2.
I will go ahead and do this. Do 2 damage to her. And then I'm probably going to use Thermogenic Beam on that guy, too. Like, I don't even care that I'm only using 1 mana to kill a 1 health thing. But I already have 2 of them in my hand, and it's something that's not like a super easy spell to use because it uses up all of your mana. You spend all of your mana to deal, you know, however much mana you're using to a unit. So I can't use 2 of them in 1 turn, or, you know, they always have to be the last thing I use at the end of a turn, and it has to kind of conform with the mana and setup and everything I had earlier. But this is a pretty good start for us so far.
I'll write my own story.
We're clearing out a lot of frustrating early game cards that he might be using. And if he is running Fiora, I'm not too sure. He has Lucian, Shen, and Fiora, so I'm not sure if this is like an exclusively Fiora-oriented deck. But if it is, I mean, we're not going to be giving him a lot of minions that he can attack. And we have a lot of wave clear things that we can use to deal with him. Like, even if Fiora has Barrier, we can use Vengeance on her. What's he going to do, though? That's a little annoying. I'll go ahead and use this on her now. I'm starting to think he might have an early game deck that he's trying to flood the board almost.
So soon.
He has a lot of early game cards that he's using, and I want to make sure I'm getting rid of them all. I will not block with Ezreal, of course. Want to keep him as healthy as possible. Now, what am I going to draw? Okay, that's a very nifty draw. Ooh, but I can't... I don't want to use it right now. I guess I'll use this. Yeah, that's a nifty draw, but I want to make sure that he has 2 things out so I can target 2 things. What's Ezreal at right now? He's at 3 out of 8. Once he levels up, if we can keep him on the board forever and then have him level up, that would be huge. And then let's attack with all of these. Hopefully he'll defend with one of them, and then I can use the Ezreal Mystic Shot I generate to attack him. I'll be using that Ezreal Mystic Shot I generate to attack him either way, but...
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
If he blocks, then I can actually kill him this turn. Which it looks like he will.
Stand for what's right.
And I will attack. That's fine.
Nailed it.
It's a little unfortunate I keep on using so much mana because all of the mana I'm using is preventing me from actually filling up my spell mana. One of the things that I like a lot about Legends of Runeterra is that because you have this spell mana mechanic where unused mana can be saved, that allows you to sacrifice some of your early game tempo for the sake of playing like a 7 mana, a 7 mana card on turn 4. So even if you get unlucky, especially if you get unlucky or something with like an early game setup, you can have some really interesting mechanics that still work out very well. Here, I'm going to do 2 damage to both of these guys. And then I'm going to use Vile Feast on her. This is more for the card draw as well as for the Ezreal level up. I'm curious what he's going to do. If he places more things down, I might not want to use that and instead save the mana.
Honor guide me.
Maybe I should have used that last turn because then I would have a Spiderling I could use to block that. That was a misplay. Oh, especially because now she can do that. Oh, that was a big misplay. Yell at me in the comments down below for being an idiot. I'm gonna, I'm not blocking with Ezreal. I don't want him to die. We'll see if he plays something. I would like him to. Oh, no. Well, okay, that could be worse. That could be significantly worse. Because I can just play him again. And next turn I'll have... I'll play him this turn, I guess. Oh, shoot. And then end the round. So now, what I guess I'm going to do is use this. And then attack with Ezreal. This will level Ezreal up, then I can attack with him. Should I use Vile Feast on her at this point? I probably should. Also attack with the Spiderling. Actually, I won't attack with the Spiderling. I'll keep it up to prevent her from attacking next turn. I messed up and got myself way too low here. That was a big mistake, but I think we should still be able to do fairly well here in this game and salvage something. What is that? Okay, barrier. A little annoying, but not the end of the world. Yeah, that barrier was... not smart. I wasn't trying to kill her. He did that because he assumes that I have like some card or something I'm trying to use to kill her. That's not the case though. I mean, I could have used the Ezreal thing on her, but that wouldn't really do anything, I'll use the Ezreal thing on the Bright Steel.
Watch and learn.
Keep him on the bench to make sure that he lives so I can use him to block so he's not killing my Nexus. He only has 2 cards and 2 mana, so there theoretically should not be anything he can use to kill a 4 health Ezreal. And we will be able to start getting some damage down on his Nexus now. Being able to attack I mean, theoretically, I could use this on his Nexus, and every single turn, we would be getting 6 damage on his Nexus, because we would attack with the 2 damage Ezreal, we would use the 2 damage Mystic Shot, and then we would get the 2 damage active. So we could be getting potentially 6 damage on his Nexus every single attack turn we have. But I'll go ahead and keep on board clearing, because I did mess up, of course, and take myself way too low. That's fine, though. And then we end the turn. And let's see what he has. He only has 2 cards. He might have something good. We now have 2 Vengeances in our hand. So if he draws an annoying champion or something that we have to use Vengeance on, that would be fine. I'm going to go ahead and use a Vengeance here. It might not be smart because I could just block it with the Spiderling and then potentially use... Well, maybe I should do that. Okay, he's recalling it, so I don't have a choice then. It's fine. He could have Deny with one of those 2 cards. He does not. That deals another 2 damage to the Nexus. And I'll place the Spiderling, because why the hell not? Oh, this might be the game. You can see what makes this deck so weird. You know, this deck, I haven't ever really done anything, have I, this game? I haven't filled up the board and crushed my opponent by, you know, using a million, bajillion, badillion things. I haven't, I'll play Progress Day here, I guess. Yeah, there's not really a lot of things I've done that are, like, traditional, obvious, oh, you make this play because it just makes sense to do it, yada, yada, yada. I might win here. Do I win? I think I win. Yeah, like, it's weird. How did I just win this game? I didn't use a lot of spells that would, like, you know, decimate him. I used a Vengeance on something that wasn't even a champion, right? It doesn't really make sense. I never had more than 2 minions, and all the minions I had on my board never had more than, like, 1 or 2 attack, you know? But look at this. I just won the game, don't I? He has to deny this. If he doesn't, he loses.
Charged.
That is so weird, isn't it? That is really weird, but also very fun and very cool. So that's kind of the Ezreal win condition you have with this deck. Let me go ahead and see if we can show you the Heimer win condition that you have. Here at the start of the game, I'm only going to be mulliganing 1 person because I have 3 great wave clear options for everything else. But thankfully, we get the early Heimerdinger, so hopefully we can start snowballing with him. The one thing that is a little bit unfortunate about Heimer is that he only has 3 health. So, you know, it might be, this might be a game where we could totally see this guy Xanter use some sort of early game wave clear to kill him if we do play him. And the thing that's kind of frustrating is, you know, he is a 5 mana, so it's tough to play him and use a spell of whatever. Looks like the guy we're playing against is running some sort of aggro deck, though. He has the can't block characters. What does he have? He has Tryndamere and Darius. Oh, yeah, that's a big aggro deck.
Sharpen the blades,
Ooh,
secure the kill.
very big, very big. Oh, shoot, I can't do this. Do I want to take 5 damage for the sake of wave clear? Yeah, because the alternate option is taking 3 damage for the sake of wave clear. So we'll use this on her, and then use that on her, use that on him, that on her. He'll attack with her and get the 5 damage off, which is a little annoying, but the opposite opportunity was him attacking with 3 damage, which only a 2 damage difference. Oh, I should have waited and used that to summon a Spiderling. Well, maybe he'll play something next turn and I can use that. I'm sure he has more than just her in that deck. I'm gonna pass here. Getting Ezreal out is not actually important. Filling up the spell mana is just as important, if not more so. And I'll use that on him. See, it's not actually that important to get Ezreal out until he's leveled up anyway, so I won't. I will use that on him there for the sake of getting a Spiderling out to block. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. If I can get Heimer on turn 5 and Progress Day turn 6 or 7 or 8, that would be, oh, that would be busted. We'll use this to get another Spiderling to block these guys. This is also healing my Nexus too, which is helping. And then I can use Static Shock on him to kill him next turn.
Won't get past me.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. This is dumb, but I'm gonna do it. It's dumb, but I'm gonna do it. I'll pretend like I made a mistake. Give him a false sense of confidence. So here, I'm not going to play... Oh, that's good. I'm going to play Heimerdinger here, because even though I could use this for the board clear, I'm not going to do it yet, because he can't attack this turn anyway. Okay, now I have to do the Withering Wail. But I will just pass. So because I know these are fast spells, so even if he attacks right now, which he might do if he's greedy, we can use this to pretty much clear everything. He doesn't have Ionia, so he shouldn't be able to deny. I don't think there's any sort of deny thing he could really do anyway. So this will be awesome. It will give us the 5 cost, which is MK5 Rocket Blaster, a 5/1 with quick attack. That is pretty beneficial and useful. And we'll go ahead and play that. And I guess may as well play Ezreal now.
The world awaits. Forward.
Give my supported ally quick attack. Okay, that doesn't really matter.
What's in that wrist piece? Trinitum?
So he's really trying to rush us down. But because we have the Heimerdinger, and because presumably with his rush deck, he doesn't have any sort of... he shouldn't have many spells or things to clear my board. As long as Heimerdinger stays alive, it's going to get really busted really quickly. Like right here, for example. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Okay, just give me that 0 cost T-Hex 8/8. Let's drop it. Heimer levels up. And now we just win the game, don't we? Ooh. Okay, maybe not yet.
Here to watch the bloodshed, sir. Here to win the war, soldier.
Okay, so we'll attack with these 3 and see how he blocks. This will deal quite a bit of damage to him.
Not so fast.
That's unfortunate, but it's okay. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. Because now we can't do True Shot Barrage. Shoot, but we can do Static Shock. Shoot, do we have to sacrifice someone here? If he plays something... Oh, thank you. Actually, that's Tryndamere. Maybe not, thank you. Okay, so we're going to do 3 damage to her, 2 damage to Tryndamere. No, do 2 damage to him, 1 damage to Darius. This should kill Darius, obviously. It will also give us something that we can use.
Third shot's the charm.
Okay, so this is getting scary because he does have the Tryndamere. But we do have another mech that we can use, an 8/2 mech, which is obviously very good. Now that kills us. I guess we do this block. Ugh, that feels gross. That feels really gross. Oh, that feels so gross. Just to see Ezreal die. I don't know what the other option is, though. I mean, we could block that.
Obstacle? Me
But no, that would kill us.
You're
Never
between
mind.
me and glory.
Yeah. So, oh, this is getting scary, dude. This is getting scary. I think we're fine, though. So I place that now. May as well place it because it's fleeting, even though it sucks that we don't get to use the barrier. Barrier will disappear. Now, I think what we do is play Cordrina for blah, 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 blah. because presumably this will activate the Tryndamere level up. We should draw 4 or 5 spells. Let's see. Oh, barely got it. Okay, good. So that is 4 damage to Tryndamere, which will level him up, and then next turn when he attacks, we can use Vengeance. That will also deal 5 damage to his Nexus, I think. And then I'll attack with both of these, I think. We'll see how he...
Do not test my patience.
We'll see how he defends this. We definitely want to keep Heimer alive, though. Okay. Ooh, and he's even keeping her alive. Good. That will give us something to block if he throws another guy out. So what are you going to do now?
To battle!
Yeah, definitely use Vengeance. We could use that, but actually we can't because he's attacking. He doesn't have a Deny, so that he shouldn't have a real way to stop that. He does not. That gives us another big guy. Oh, and you can see, right? You can see with the Ezreal one, it's shocking how you can just immediately whittle down your opponent's Nexus and just win the game almost instantly. But here, it's almost just as exciting and fun how, again, he is on the offensive. He gets me down to 2 health on my Nexus. It looks like the game is virtually over. But even so, we just win. We suddenly just turn the game around and win. I have room, right, for a T-Hex? Yes, I do. Oh, no, because that was... Okay, that's fine. That doesn't really matter. That's a little unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter.
The War Mother will unite us all.
So now he's seeing if he can build up something to block all this. I can place Ezreal down.
I'm so good, I surprised myself.
We might have to use this Mystic Shot to finish the game.
What's in that wrist piece? Trinitum?
We might not need to, though.
This ain't Hex Tech, Fuzzman.
So... he blocks that, he blocks that. That's 8 damage. I kind of want to do this. Yeah, he knows it's over. There were a few different ways I could try and win that game. I was going for the BM. But yeah, dude, this is a really fun deck. It's definitely tricky and takes some getting used to, but playing with only 3 units is very enjoyable. And I would recommend that you guys try it out as well because, oh boy, it sure is interesting. Anyway, though, I hope you guys liked this this other deck feature. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I will see you all in the next video tomorrow. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Good luck in solo queue, and have a wonderful day.